and start that. But you can go check it out yourself and get a lot for the community. They do, bring in children's books. They do all types of stuff. They have all types of stuff going on. And I just want to thank them for being in the community and being out there in the community and being a gateway and showing great leadership. Thank you, Aisha and Stephen Curry, all the way from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chico Chad and his crew. Thanks you so much.
Everybody listening in here, my sisters, my dad,
right?
My Memo's here once in a while, and the other is a family friend.
Memo, I haven't heard that word in forever. You say your grandma, your Memo.
Yeah, my Memo, yeah, Memo.
Yeah.
I call her Memo.
I haven't heard that word in forever, man. Okay, you ready?
All right, so I just need you guys' IDs for me real quick.
Okay. Gotta make sure. She just had a birthday, like 2 days, what, the 21st?
Well, happy birthday.
29.
25 again, right?
Yeah. Forever 25.
Forever. Thank you. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is just gotta have a seat there,
All right.
and you're just gonna go down this list, and you're just gonna mark beside the ones that you want to try.
Okay.
As you're kind of going down through there, I'll kind of explain them too. So all right, so the apple pie to the cherry, that'd be your easy drinkers. Nice and smooth. The cherry, the jalapeno, the pineapple, and the blackberry, those all have your fruit in them, so it's flavored by just that fruit alone. The blackberry to the sweet, that'll be your higher proof flavored ones. Last three are your straights, and then we also have aged whiskey and rum.
That's what I'm into. All right, so how many?
That includes the whiskey and rum too with the taste.
It does?
Yes.
How many bottles? 28 of 80 or 50?
So they're all small batch. So each time it's just it's anywhere between it's anywhere between usually 70 to I might do 20 cases or something like that. Yeah. Well, it depends on how many. So this is barrel proof. So it basically that means whatever I bring it off the still at, we bottle that. So it's whatever I run for that day that we're doing that bottle. So it's usually around usually about 78 to 90 bottles, I guess. So,
Okay.
Usually about 15 cases or so.
Okay, when you say charred, is that like a smoky taste right here?
Yeah, it would be just like your whiskey, but I don't have any of it right now.
Okay.
So, that's the same. Sorry, anything like that.
I like that. Let's try the pineapple. So you ever do any pairing, like with foods and stuff?
With what now?
You ever did any pairing? You know, like how they do with wines with food? You know how they pair the red wine with like a nice steak, or white wine with chicken, or fish, or something like that?
I mean, moonshine is just like any other liquor. You use it just like you would a mixed drink or whatever. I mean, a ton of these, we do mixed drinks and slushies like you see behind me. So,
okay.
So, I mean, basically, any of these, I can make a mixed drink out of it, just the same as you want. But I mean, I guess you're pairing for main meals. Yeah,
no, I just thought about it because the jalapeno, I'm like, that'll go good with a burrito or something, just kind of.
Well, my dad actually initially created for a dry rub.
Okay.
Like spray on dry rub.
Wow.
But the jalapeno makes really good Bloody Marys, makes a really good spicy
It
margarita.
wouldn't it? I know what I was thinking, the rum cake. I bet that make a mean rum cake. That's 7. The lemon drop sounds good. My grandma used to call me Cherry.
didn't try fire?
No. I already. Is this a shot glass?
Yeah, that's when you take me there. I'm gonna leave facing you. That way you know what you're getting.
Okay.
I've learned to read upside down.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is your apple pie.
All right.
This recipe comes from my papa. Used to make a lot of hot toddies. So you're gonna do it cold, and then you're gonna do it warm.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh, you don't have to drink the whole thing, baby. Oh, I gotta wait for him. Sorry. I'm a little bit ahead of the game. Would you like it cold? I like it hot. It goes
Both
down
ways.
smooth. For me, it goes down smoother hot. Like, that was good.
All right, now so I'm seeing a little. Are you wanting me to pour less because you don't want to drink that much?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Because it makes a big difference when we get into like higher proof.
Okay.
Because there's a certain way that you want to drink it, and you want to actually shoot it down instead of sipping on it. So I'll get into it when we get a little bit higher proof.
Okay.
But like I said, I'll pour you less if you want to drink that much, or try to anyway. That's easier said than done. Peach.
Ooh, this the peach.
That's really good.
Is that enough? Okay.
Good.
You got the cherry. So like I said, the cherry, the jalapeno, the pineapple, and the blackberry. I got your fruit. It's flavored by just that fruit alone, so we don't add any other artificial flavors or anything to it.
Nice. Good health.
So kind of the background to where you're at and what you're trying. So everything that you're going to try is going to be a base of this original recipe. That's from my family 16 generations back.
Okay.
One of the only distilleries in Tennessee that actually make 100% of what we sell in house. A lot of your distilleries outsource the majority of their alcohol.
Yeah.
Just a lot cheaper to do it.
Yeah.
But you don't get as good a quality.
And you don't get that love in the quality.
That's it.
We're spreading love.
You guys, man.
Wow, man.
Hold that
He
pour
is-
down.
He sounds like me when I used to be behind the bar.
Well,
You gotta drink it all.
gotta drink it all.
Drink it all.
All right, so we'll come back to the jalapeno. It just kind of overwhelm your taste buds there.
Okay. Coconut.
Pineapple.
No pineapple. So this one's a 60 proof, so you're going up in proof on this one. All right, so blackberry. This is where I'm getting into you want to drink it a certain way.
Okay.
So basically, we don't want to swash it around or anything.
Okay.
We want to throw it down. All right.
Okay.
So after you swallow, the key is hold your breath. When you do that, you're letting alcohol settle, so that way you just have flavor when you breathe out.
Okay.
All right. So shoot it down, hold that breath, count to about 5, and then breathe out your mouth and not your nose. The longer you hold your breath, the more that alcohol has time to settle. Now that one's actually 80 proof, so you went up again about the same proof as most rums, vodkas, whiskeys.
Nice.
Salted caramel.
What was that?
Salted caramel. It would taste good with flavor.
What makes
So
it?
that mixes really good with like a rum chata or something too.
Yep.
Like same type of thing,
Yep.
just over cream. Mocha. So your mocha is gonna be like chocolate coffee. Mix that one just like a cold brew coffee or something.
Yes.
It's your morning pick me up there.
Kick in.
That's it.
You didn't like that one? You tried it.
So cinnamon. So cinnamon, if you've had like Fireball, something like that, Fireball's a 66 proof. This one's 80, so it's a little bit higher proof. And Fireball's, I'm sorry, this is more like cinnamon stick and not so much like a red hot.
Oh, okay. So is it more like, remember
Yes, I remember.
Catch fire.
Yeah, catch fire. So this is also a bar.
Pretty much. I mean, I can do, like I said, about anything except
No, I mean,
I don't have beers, so
No, that's cool.
That's the only difference. But yeah, I mean, I can do any kind of mixed drink that I've got here. I've got kind of mixers and stuff back there too. We have 10 different slushies too. All right, so Sweet Shine. This was my great grandmother's recipe, but basically it's the original with cane sugar, so sweet straight. Alright, so you have the rye or the original Mark?
Right.
Alright. Have you had rye before? Like a rye whiskey, straight whiskey?
Yeah.
So the only difference between it and the original is a main difference, basically. It's the original recipe is the corn sour mash.
Right.
And that's everything that you've tasted is based from that. Whereas the rye is just tip top of grain.
So do y'all grow the rye? Or you,
No. It's all just bought.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, it's all
You never
bought.
know, right? Could have a greenhouse back there.
That'd be too much work, man. I've got enough as this.
He's like, quit trying to add stuff to my agenda.
You're gonna get my dad ideas.
Hey, you know what? We could save a lot more money, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this one's gonna have more like I said, peppery background. But do your breathing there on this one too. Alright. The old 15 to kind of explain that for you there. So what it's talking about with the stick, it's actually an oak stave that's inside the bottle. So it's basically like having the barrel in the bottle. It's going to continue to age while it's on your shelf, kind of give you an opportunity to age your own whiskey. As long as that stick is in it, then the aging is going to continue to go. So it's basically a continuous mellowing is what it's called. Good question. Okay, sorry.
Where did you get that idea from?
We're one of the only distillers that do this, but I mean, it's my dad's idea.
That is unique. I've sold.
But that would be the difference between like the two. And I don't have that right now, but that's
I've
the
sold
difference.
high-end bourbons in Vegas. Pappy's. You know Pappy's, Buffalo Trace Distillery. A few of them, 500 bottles of Whistle Pig, and they have never done that.
It's just a different way to age it. I mean, it's also. So basically, it's the way that I like to explain it is a one stick, for instance, aged for a year, is actually equivalent to about a 3 to 4 year age in a barrel, just because it's so concentrated. It just brings on flavor so much faster.
Are you looking good right here?
I'm looking in your eyes. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't.
You know, you forgot the camera was up there?
No, I just looking in your eyes, man. If I'm talking to somebody, it's just habit.
I am excited about that. I definitely want to follow that.
And like I said, it's barrel proof too. So, like I said, whatever, bring it off the still at, what I bought on that. So that's high proof whiskey. High proof whiskey, but that's gonna be your light oak. Because it's your one stick.
I'm gonna go off trail for a minute. I saw a stream back there. Is it a walking path? Are we allowed to?
Right down to the right here.
Yeah. Can we walk down there?
Yeah, it's actually the boat ramp for all these rafting companies.
Okay.
There's 12 different rafting companies through here.
They open now?
Some of them. What time is it? Most of them start running in about 30 minutes. So
Okay. What about the zip line? Is that you guys or that?
No, separate company. They're right next door.
Okay, sounds good.
We lease like this little spot from them, but yeah, they have a rafting and zip line right here.
All right.
It's a really good one to go zip lining.
We got a few activities.
Yeah, it's a really good one to go zip lining for.
All right, this is the 015 with the light oak stick.
Yeah, that's a 105 proof too, so it's a high proof whiskey.
Any food up and down here, or any snacks, anything? I mean, we got snacks in the car. But
The bean trees down here on the end is about the only like sit down place to eat, but it's actually pretty neat. I mean, they've got a little spot where you can sit by the.
Can we walk down there?
I mean, you could. It's not that far. Probably 500 yards, I guess.
Yeah, we could walk down.
Yeah. All right.
I like that. I like that right there. I'm not sharing that one with nobody.
Sorghum. so sorghum is almost like molasses, but it's like extract off sugar cane, whereas molasses are actually just leaves.
Okay.
So it's distilled like this, and then that one's actually aged for about 3 years.
Who's on the bottom?
That one's at 80 proof, huh?
Who's on the bottom?
So a guy from Moonshiners, his name's Kelly.
The show?
Show Moonshiners, yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever been on the show?
No.
Why not?
Well, because I'm talking in that, honestly. I'll tell you why. So everything that you see on that show is water coming out. None of them are actually making any moonshine. So that's why. I mean, we actually make it.
It's all funny game.
Yeah, it's all. It's a,
I think I can't edit that part out.
It's a TV
It's
show.
a show.
You know what I mean?
Show.
That's what it is. Just
more
like
for the
any other
drama.
one. Just like Axemen or the
Duck calls.
yeah, I mean, that's what it
It's a
is.
show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we know the majority of them. All of them are really good guys, but I mean,
Because it's a community.
Yeah.
It's like any community, right?
but literally, so one of them that's in town. I mean, the sheriff department's right next door to them. So
Yeah.
they didn't incriminate themselves, basically. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why we ain't on the show.
So, is it legal?
No. I mean, as long as you're paying taxes, you got all the permits and licenses.
Yeah, that's
that
what
you
I'm
need.
saying.
Yeah, so it's legal. Yeah.
But you can go around. I mean, that's how it started. Like,
I mean, bootlegging is basically untaxed alcohol.
Yes.
So that's what.
Bootlegging.
Yeah. But it's legal to have a distillery. I mean, just like Jack Daniels or any other ones that you were talking about a minute ago. Yeah. I mean, we're the same as any of those. We're just a
I
lot
like
smaller.
you better, though.
A lot smaller.
I like you guys better.
All right, where we at there?
Coconut.
Coconut rum. I'll do the big one. Split it up right.
Okay.
Keep doing your breathing there.
All right. Wow. The infusion is amazing.
Yeah, that coconut rum is really good. It turned out really good.
Yeah.
So that's one of the other ones that's actually fermented different. Obviously, we don't do corn on that one.
I love that.
The platinum rum, I use the molasses. The coconut, I can't. Still both rums, yeah, but because they're both made from sugar. You know.
Is that infused already?
Yeah, so this is your jalapeno. You got to do it straight first.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give you the Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Already mixed, so that way you can kind of taste what I was talking about with the Bloody Mary.
Oh my God. I'm in love. Yes. Man, the coconut, the 015, and the jalapeno.
Good job,
Where
guys.
it's at.
You ready for a little tour?
Yes.
Let's roll. Alright, just watch your step as you come through.
Okay.
Might have some stuff in the way, I guess. Alright. And if you come back again, like whenever you come back there, if you let me know a day ahead of time, I can like be cooking and stuff too.
Okay.
So like if you want to take video of that. you
Okay.
can do that too. All right, so right back there is where your process starts. So basically, I'll cook the corn sugar up top, drop it down in the tank that you see there below. Let it sit a day or so, create its own starches. It'll actually start to kind of ferment on its own. After that, I've got 2 different strains of yeast over here that we'll add to it. That's what actually speeds up your process. So basically, once the yeast eats the sugar, that's when you're left with your sour mash or your beer. In order to make a good liquor, you need a good beer. So each one of these will be at different stages of fermentation, so I've always got kind of one ready to run.
Okay.
Once it's done, you can kind of see the corn settle at the bottom there. We'll take it over this way.
Quick question. How long does the minimum process take?
Like the minimum it could take?
Yeah, the minimum it could take.
Probably 8. I mean, well, it depends on how. All right, so you need the right temperature,
Right.
And as long as that that batch basically stays at the right temperature, you're not having to work with it all the time. Maybe 7, 8 days. I mean, that's
Okay.
usually that's about the quickest that
Okay.
you'll have your turnaround anyway.
Okay.
You might get lucky and get one to ferment in 5, but it's usually 7 to 8 days is
But you're not rushing like that.
No, well, no, I just let it do its work. I mean, whenever it gets done, it gets done. So basically after that, I'll take it here, and then that's where we strain out the corn. So you're just left with the liquid.
Is there anything in here now? Okay.
No,
Oh,
really.
look at all that leftover mash in there, guys. Yeah.
And once that's done, basically I'll gravity feed it into here. Is the copper? It's actually copper plated, but stainless paint good.
Okay.
But it actually has copper mesh and copper pulls throughout the top. Copper actually takes out impurities throughout the shell.
Ooh.
So that's why they use copper back in the day. It's what takes out your impurities and stuff.
Okay.
But all right, so earlier when I was telling you that like we're one of the few distilleries throughout Tennessee that actually make 100% of what we're actually selling, I kind of let you see the difference between what we do and others. But all right, so the first part that comes out your heads is high and it's basically got a lot of impurities and stuff in it. But I'm gonna let you smell this so you can kind of see what this is. But this is
That's high.
yeah. So this is basically your everything. I mean, it's your grain alcohol, but it's what a lot of people just bottle with. And how you can tell, if you ever go, I don't care if you go to a liquor store, wherever you go, distillery. If you want to know that you're actually getting something made in house, there's a secret word here on bottles. And I don't care if you're getting a whiskey, rum, whatever it is, where it says distilled and bottled by. A lot of them will say produced and bottled by, homemade, handcrafted. That distilled is actually a federal guideline. So that's how you do something. It's actually bottled by.
Okay.
So yeah, if you ever go get any liquor store, whatever, you want to know that your whiskey you're getting is actually made distilled and bottled by.
Okay.
But basically, everything that you tasted, you guys didn't actually try the fire, but the fire is your high proof straight. But everything you tasted comes off of the still. It's just basically a big version of what you would have seen in the woods.
Okay.
Except this one's actually got a triple distillation. So each one of those flags is a distillation process.
Wow.
When it comes down to the end. Whereas this one over here, that's what I'm saying, that's what I get. Our fire, that's our high proof whiskey. It's 144 proof. But actually each one of those glass sides is a distillation, so it distills it 7 times before it comes out.
Question. You got anything cooking about 20 years, 25 years and over?
No,
Can you
we've only
moonshine like that? I'm sorry to cut you off.
yeah. Well, I mean, we've only been open since 2013,
Okay.
so we wouldn't have been able to do anything.
I mean-
that would have been working before that. That would be illegal, right?
That would have been illegal.
Yeah. Sure enough.
He's like, you're not finna get me on camera, okay?
But no, I mean, I've got.
But can you
I've got a
age?
bourbon that we dropped about 2 years ago. So that one's got about that one's got about 4 or 5 years left before it'll be ready. And then the select, I don't have any that you can try, like I said, but it ages for about 3.5 years. So it's my favorite of our whiskeys. It's just a good clean sweet whiskey.
What should I do?
Dairy.
There. Do you have little ones?
I don't.
Man, you think they'll take them to the business? I mean, you seem really passionate. It's
Like I said, my sisters are here every once in a while. They work here too.
okay.
And,
Nieces and nephews.
it's mainly my sisters, my dad, and my mama's here usually every once in a while too, and then a family friend. So we got
That's it.
yeah we got
Tight knit.
well we got 3 main employees.
Okay.
Me, my dad, and the other family friend.
Okay.
Well, my sister too. She after she gets out of school, she goes to school full time in UT. She'll be back here this summer.
Now, how does distribution work? What if I have a company, now, just trying to do a little bit of everything, video and photography. What if we wanted to bring it to Minnesota? What if we wanted to bring it somewhere else? What if we wanted to...
In order to do that, you have to buy whatever you wanted here and just make it big. So, but at that point in time, I mean, you're reselling alcohol.
Yeah.
So
Now I need a license.
you're not a distributor. So I mean, it'd be illegal for you to actually do that.
It would.
That
have to go through the steps. No, I know. No, but I mean, that needs, the world needs this.
I mean, we're like I said. I mean, we're throughout Tennessee. And online sales wise,
For some good news. You ready for some good news? Yeah, we're gonna bring some good news coming to ya. All right, so if you're in the North Carolina area, here's some things that are going on and around Black History Month. Okay, check it out. Right here off Hallbrooks Road in Hunterville, North Carolina, they are celebrating Black History Month. And if you're out traveling, Black History Month will be in Onslow County. That's in Jacksonville, North Carolina. You got the Northwest School of Arts in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is exciting. The first annual Black History Month Festival. I don't like the word black. I am bronze. Just want to throw that out there. But they are celebrating in Onslow County NAACP. This year's festival is focused on bringing together our surrounding communities. And I really like that. Thank you so much. Give it up for the first Black History Month celebration out there in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Yep, out in Carolina Place, out in Pineville, North Carolina, you got Forever 21 celebrities on Black History Month at the Carolina Place. Go and check that out. Yep, the Asheville Outlets is throwing a huge pop-up celebration for the Black History Month, and it's held on Saturday, so please go out there and support, and that is Asheville Outlets in Asheville, North Carolina. In Gibsonville, North Carolina, give it up for Gibsonville. You got Charlotte Hawkins Brown Museum and State Historic Site. Go and check it out for Black History Month. And right out there for McGeechee's out there in South Carolina, Atkin. Join us for Black History Month, Saturday, February 12th at the Atkin Center of Arts and learn amazing stories of two Atkin County African-American families whose history goes back a long way, son. Let's take it on. Let's live it up. Let's do what we gotta do and celebrate Black History Month. Yep, stick with me. I'll bring you more news, better information than anybody else out there. Thank you. Have a happy Black History Month. Or in my case, have a happy Bronze History Month. I am the man of bronze. I am the man of bronze. That's all I got to say. I claim to be a man of bronze. All right, thank you for joining me. So this next clip you're about to watch, yes, is about the Freedom Riders. And the Freedom Riders are the reason why we can ride the buses today up and down the interstate. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Rahul Williams. I'm a professor of history, and here's what you need to know to sound smart about the Freedom Rides. The original Freedom Rides took place in 1947 and were part of the Journey of Reconciliation, which was sponsored by the Fellowship of Reconciliation and the Congress of Racial Equality. The Freedom Rides were inspired by two Supreme Court decisions, one in 1946 and one in 1960. In those two decisions, the United States Supreme Court ruled that segregation in interstate commerce was unconstitutional. The original Freedom Ride from 1947 was conceived of by activists George Hauser and Bayard Rustin, and originally only included men. In 1961, when the Congress of Racial Equality resurrected the idea of a Freedom Ride, it would include both men and women and mixed interracial groups. The Freedom Riders encountered extreme violence as they began their journey through the South in an effort to ensure that the states were abiding by the Supreme Court's rulings. Shortly into the Freedom Rides, the Congress of Racial Equality decided to abandon the protests because of the violence that they were facing. The worst incidents of violence directed at the Freedom Riders took place in Anniston, Alabama, when the buses they were riding on were bombed. A new civil rights group called the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee actually took up the cause of the Freedom Rides after CORE dropped out. Television proved to be a great ally for the Freedom Riders. As Americans witnessed the brutality being visited on the riders, public opinion turned against Southern segregationists.
For some good news. You ready for some good news? Yeah, we're going to bring some good news coming to ya.